Hi, this is Deborah Clutter. I have another Christmas block for you, another 24-inch Christmas block. This one's super easy. Last one, a little harder. This one, really easy. Even easier than the first one. So this one is all half square triangles, a couple of, 4 rectangles and a square. Pretty simple. This, we're going to be using 2 at a time half square triangles to make these, and the strip tube ruler half square triangles. And we're going to use this strip tube ruler to trim up the half square triangles. But if you want to make it a different way, that's up to you. So I think this would look super cute with some buttons on it. I saw some little star buttons. I thought they would look pretty cute at the top of the tree. But put your buttons on after it's been quilted, not before, because your quilter will not want to quilt it for you. A friend of mine did that. She had this beautiful quilt, and it's still not quilted. Too many doodads. Don't put doodads on your quilts before it's quilted. Do it afterwards. Anyway, I hope you guys like this block, and I hope you give it a try. The pattern is down in the description. Just download it and make this block if you want. Leave me a comment, okay? Thanks. We're going to get started with this Christmas tree block. It is a 24-inch block, and I am calling it a Christmas tree block because I have made it look like a Christmas tree in the corners. And this is going to be another block for my little Christmas quilt that I'm making. Now, I got this block off of EQ8, and I did modify the dimensions of the blocks so that it would conform to my 24 inches I needed and the type of block I'm making. So this is going to be made with all half square triangles, 4 rectangles and a square. So pretty simple piecing, really easy to cut. This will be for the trunk down here, and we're going to be making 2 at a time half square triangles, and they will be out of this color. The tree will be made from these 2 colors, and if I don't like this color, if it's too much the same color, then I will probably make some more half square triangles and replace them. So we'll see as the video goes whether I decide to change it or not. This will be the center, and these are the backgrounds, and we're also going to be making strip tube half square triangles also, because I need 8 of these, and I can get 8 out of a tube. Okay, we're going to start by preparing the half square triangles, and I'm going to work on the tree trunk, which is the kind of goldish brown fabric I have, and layer them right sides together. Take a ruler, draw a line from one corner to the other, and I'm just using a regular pen. I'm going to be cutting them right here, so I don't really care. All right. Didn't seem to got that one quite on that diagonal there. Maybe do a better job than me. There we go. And then we're going to take and sew these a 1/4 inch from the line on each side, and we're going to do the same with all the green 6 1/4 inch squares. You're just going to layer them and do the same thing. And then I'm going to take them all to the sewing machine and sew them. I have all my half square triangles sewn on each side. It's kind of hard to see on the green here. I'm just going to cut them apart with the line that I drew. Just like that. It's been so long since I've made half square triangles like this. I'm usually either doing like magic 8 half square triangles, or I use my Aki quilt cutter to make half square triangles. Or I use my strip tube ruler. So we are going to use the strip tube ruler. You can use another trimming ruler that you have. Need to be 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to lay the 5.5 inch mark right there, and then trim it up. And now I have a perfect half square triangle, and I don't need another tool. I do have like the lock block and stuff, but this is easier for me, so I just use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those all up, but before I do that, I'm going to take my strips and place them right sides together. If I can open it. I think my dog's getting hungry. And then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch on each side of this tube, and then we'll come back and cut them apart. Okay, I have my tube sewn together. So let me turn it on the white side, since it's a little easier to see on this side. And we need to find the 5.5 inch mark. And just lay the 5.5 inch mark on the stitching line. It's always hard for me to cut at that angle. And so we need 8 of these. We turn the strip around and line it up on this side. Nope, that's not 5.5. What am I doing? There we go. I am not thinking clearly today because I have made a lot of mistakes. All right. I sewed half of my half square triangles together on the wrong side. So just having one of those days, go ahead and cut 8 of these and iron them open, and then we'll start laying them out. All right, I have all my half square triangles cut, and I think I want to lay this out before I start sewing the units together, just in case I change my mind. So here is the center square. And these guys go in the corners. And these go on the sides. You might not be able to see the whole block. I need to get my husband to extend my camera for me. Okay, and so then we need these. So I'm already thinking that there's not a lot of contrast between the greens, which I was afraid of, but we'll finish laying it out and take a look. I really liked this holly fabric though. All right, so there's the block. It needs a lighter green. So I'm going to replace these, and I'm just going to cut some more 6 1/4 inch squares and remake these and put something in a little lighter. How about that? That looks good. All right, I'm back with new half square triangles, and I have just been off lately. I am not listening to my intuition, and I know this was what I should have done in the first place, but I didn't listen because I liked the other fabric. And that one looks much better. It looks like a tree, and it looks like it's supposed to. All right, I'm going to just stack these all like this. That way I can just take it to the sewing machine and put it on my board. Just like that, and sew all these units together at the same time. And they go like that. Just don't get them all mixed up, because I seem to be making a lot of mistakes today. So stack your units like that, and then sew all these units together, and then come back and sew the rest. I have all my corner units sewn, and I think it looks really good. So all I have to do now is sew them into rows and then sew the rows together. So I'll be back when it's all sewn together. Here's the block all done, and I think it turned out really good. This one was super easy to piece, and it didn't take very long. And sometimes you need some easy blocks in a quilt that you're making, and I love that it looks like little trees. So I think it turned out really super cute. I hope you guys like this. Thanks.